so nuts and like no other episode of this show that I'd ever seen.
What I'm getting to do on the set of Doctor Who is basically my entire actor fantasy checklist checked off in one episode. Feels very Faustian. That's the right use of Faustian.
But in the end, once we'd met Jinx, she was so wonderful that we really wanted to just look at her.
When a villain has something to prove, when a villain has maybe an inferiority complex with their father, this motivates a villain. You know, that's very freeing as an actor. At least this time, I was surrounded by a crew that was making sure everything was safe, rather than a bunch of drag queens who were going like, yes, as I'm putting my life in danger, you know what I mean? So, of course, I don't want the extinction of mankind, but I get it, Maestro.
Hey guys, I've decided to do a review of episode 2 of Disney's Dr. Woke, so that you don't have to watch this crap. If you thought the first one was bad, just wait till you find out about this one. Apparently, it wasn't enough for Russell T Davis to put a diverse queer doctor in the show. He thought it still needs an extra pinch of woke, so he asked what they call a drag queen, also known as a woke demon, to take the role of episode 2's villain. So the episode begins with a piano teacher showing a boy how to play the piano, but the boy finds it boring, so the teacher instead summons the devil because that's just more entertaining.
Makes you shiver, doesn't it? Technically, it's known as a tritone, but put it in context and...
Hope it makes sense so far, because it gets worse. When the devil, who is apparently an orange-haired woke demon, jumps out of the piano, the teacher gets slightly surprised. Then we find out that the boy is his son, whose role was to lure the teacher in and get him to play the devil's chord. Why the woke demon waited so long to do this? And how was he able to put his son into this world and use him to make an appointment with the piano teacher when he himself was not even yet present prior to being summoned? Great question, and I don't have the answer. At any rate, the woke demon then pretends to play the piano, which sucks the music out of the teacher, which kills him. He then proceeds to absorb the music that came out of him, then suggestively sucks on his baton. Then we cut to Gatwa and Thirst Trap, who decide to go back to 1963 to meet the Beatles and see how they record their first album. I'm guessing they really just want to either ask them for some LSD or communist indoctrination, which is what they are best at.
Imagine there's no country and no religion too. Imagine no possessions.
Either way, this idea excites them so much that they start screaming, giggling, and running around for a while like a bunch of retarded toddlers before conducting a quick fashion show.
Why have I never done that before? Wait. If we're in the 60s, what about my clothes? Like a sound you hear, the thing is...
Once they're done with all that bullshit, they go back in time, and we get to see them dance for a bit before they go in the recording studio. And that's when we find out that 1963's Britain was actually just as beautifully diverse as it is today. Then they barge into different studio rooms where we get to realize just how terrible pop music really is.
I've got a dog, he's called Fred. My dog is alive, he's not dead.
Although, to be fair, they changed the songs here to make them and their singers seem even worse than they already were. We get to hear the two genius protagonists philosophize about music, producing some incredibly deep thoughts on it.
Music isn't... like, you can't lose it or steal it or kill it. It's just natural.
Music is the highest form of thought.
Fuck.
If music is gone, that means everything is changing.
What are you talking about? Music is clearly not gone. You've just heard it being played minutes ago on 3 different occasions. It still exists, it's just really crap. Because you went for the mainstream garbage instead of smaller, more independent artists.
The whole human race is taking a different path.
You take John Lennon, I'll take Paul McCartney, find out what's happened and when it happens. You are writing songs for the band, yeah?
They're not very good, are they?
Great, so now they're affirming that music does exist, it's just that it's crap.
Just want to finish the album, get back to Liverpool, and forget it.
Well, you can't do that. We need you.
What for? I'm no good at anything.
Of course you are. You're great at pushing commie propaganda.
Imagine there's no country and no religion too. Imagine no possessions.
Anyway, then Paul McCartney starts singing some dumb, simpy love song that only someone on LSD could enjoy.
I love you so much.
And, not too surprisingly, the woke demon shows its disgusting face on different reflective surfaces because of it. And this is the point where we get what's undoubtedly going to become one of the most used internet memes of all time.
Do you know what you are with your ideas, pal? Disgusting. You are disgusting.
You're goddamn right.
That music.
And once again, they're back to claiming there is no music. Ugh, I guess we're back to square one then.
Dance must be gone. No one dances anymore. I mean, can you dance without music?
Again, there is music, it's just garbage. That's why no one wants to dance.
I mean, you can, but you want to? And think about Ruby, love songs. There are no more love songs anymore.
Who dances to love songs? Other than, junkies?
Oh my god, there's no more love songs in the whole wide world.
That actually sounds like an amazing world. If I'd never heard a freaking love song ever again in my life, I'd die a happy man. Anyway, then we learn from Gatewa that the world is darkening.
The world is darkening. I live over there.
And that he maybe has a daughter somewhere.
You've got children.
I will have. Time Lords get a bit complicated.
Where is she?
I don't know.
How do you not know?
A black guy that doesn't know anything about his kid? Now I know this is fiction. So then Thirst Trap pretends to play the piano to see what happens if they bring music back, even though it never went away. And then they show us more of how amazingly diverse London was in the 60s.
The world is darkening.
And Woke Demon climbs out of the piano again, and the heroes run away immediately. Although I'm honestly not sure if we can blame them. So this thing is supposed to be terrifying, which is basically only emphasized by the fact that it can yell loudly.
I heard music. I heard music. And music is mine.
Luckily, Gatewa's sonic device can now magically disable all sounds while also serving as a torch. So Woke Demon wastes a few seconds to make sure that even the dumbest ones in the audience understand what's happening, then proceeds to use its sound fork to reset the sounds right away, making the previous scene pretty much pointless. Then we get to see just how useless the new so-called doctor is, as he spends a solid 2.5 minutes crying about how powerful Woke Demon is, and how hopeless the situation is.
Okay, so what do we do?
I don't know, Ruby. That is the point. I don't know. The last time I got lucky.
The world did not end. I was born in 2004 and all my life I've had Beyonce and Sunfender and Strictly and tap dancing.
Now that you mention all those, it kind of makes me wish the world had ended in 1963.
Music exists.
Yes, you two brain surgeons. Just like I've been saying all this time. So they decide to come back to the present and see that London looks exactly like it does in reality, just somewhat less dirty. And this is where Woke Demon finds them and tells us a bit about its past.
Daddy was so bad to me. Daddy was so mean. Daddy was so tough. Daddy me.
Which honestly explains a lot. Then it tells us how he's planning on killing every human because every song that's left unsung is making it stronger. So Gatewa and Thirst Trap just manage to escape. But the only place they can go is back to 1963's London, where they want to find an instrument and play it for some reason. But then Woke Demon catches up to them and captures Thirst Trap. Luckily, she has some hidden music in her that isn't terrible.
There's a hidden song deep inside.
And since Woke Demon has obviously never heard such a thing before, it starts to panic. And this brings us to the low point of the show, a music battle, where visible musical notes pop out of the instruments. Then, when all seems to be lost, the two most famous Beatles members teleport into the hallway out of nowhere, hit some random keys on the piano, and that apparently does the trick and takes care of Woke Demon. And then, as a reward for suffering through this unwatchable garbage, you get to see an entire dance performance in which all residents of the area seem to take part. Who, how, and why organized it all? No idea, but enjoy. Oh, and after it's finally finished, there is, of course, more dancing, because it's been almost 3 seconds since the last dance scene. So that was episode 2 of the new Woke Doctor Who. I certainly hope you enjoyed it more than I did. So if you managed to survive it and would like to gain some sweet perks on this channel, you should check out my subscribe star page and pick a supporter tier that you like. Also, make sure to check out my other videos, and I will see you in the next one.